What's up, Friday? On Drinks. You're glad to be Friday. Everybody is hope every fabulous upcoming fabulous weekend. I didn't even tell people are joining this chat. I see you. Say hello if you're there. And, and I didn't announce this. This is something that I wanted to do. Uh, AAA, AAA. Yeah. I just went there and my my homie, my brother, Paul, live and debunked a couple things. I also wanted to kind of come in and debunk a few things because I understand that when on online, whether it be YouTube or elsewhere, information thing, there's a lot of it. When I see people who are purposely misleading other people, I kind of want to start saying the light that these people are. Hold on, maybe my sorry if my volume is cutting in and out. I apologize. Thank you for that. Hope that's better. Let me know in the chat if that's better, if my volume is a lot better now. Hope it is. Gonna wait for a little reply from AAA, Amateur Aquatic Addiction. Hopefully my volume is better now. Please let me know. So while we're talking about this is kind of my wheelhouse, because most of you who have seen me in Drinks and Discussions, you know, cybersecurity is something that I do in my career. I've been doing it for over the cybersecurity for the last 10 years, but I've been in the IT space for at least over 15, 18 years. It's almost all I've ever done. So when I hear people who are, I believe that, you know, they're somewhat intelligent, giving people misinformation to use it as some kind of scare tactic. I want to kind of clear the air, maybe use this as kind of like a public service announcement so that people feel better about their space online. And one of the things I wanted to discuss is how it's impossible for you to be hacked or your IP address to be exposed on YouTube, most email platforms. There are probably some that are still weak in their security, but the majority of them are secure, and that includes Yahoo Mail, Gmail, and if you have your own personal business and you've got your personal business email, those are usually secure as well if you have a big business and utilize the proper protocols. So, but let's start with this one. And that's why I put in the topic there that I'll give anybody $100 if you can get my IP address from my Gmail. And let me just say this by also giving you a little bit more background information. There are links that you can put in email. People can click on links within the email, the body of the email, that can fool you into thinking that they're legitimate links. And you can click on those links and it could be malicious. It can get passwords. They can, you know, create a link that will actually start some type of script that to be run in the background and get all your banking information, your login information, and all those types of things. That could be very scary. And that's why it's always a good idea for you to not click on links within emails that you are not familiar with. That is cybersecurity 101. Never click on anything, any link that you are not 100% expecting it to come and knowing it's where it's going to send you or who it was from. So when someone tells you that they can pinpoint your IP address based upon the location or the IP address from an email, they are lying to you, folks. This is a scare tactic. And when you have people who are smart or claim to be smart, and they are around people who are, spewing this nonsense and they don't check them, that just lets me know, and lets you know that they're just as big of an idiot than the person who's saying it. Hello, Proby. Hello, COVIDs. Flaky Jake. I didn't announce this even to Flaky Jake. I was just coming out here because I wanted to just dispel some of the scare tactics that were going on today about, getting someone's IP address from a Gmail account. And once again, I'm telling everyone, it's impossible. And I've said these things on other either streams, even on Drinks and Discussions stream. Hey, Kristen R., how are you? Glad to see you over here. Again, this is a spare of the moment live stream. I did not anticipate anybody really to come and join me, but I appreciate you guys all doing it. I didn't even tell my crew over on the Discord page. I didn't tell anybody that I was doing this. Hello, Clarissa Hendershot. I'm glad you're new. I'm glad you're joining us, and welcome. Everybody say hello to Clarissa in the chat, and welcome her if you will. But scare tactics are not my thing. I don't think that it makes anyone look better. Doesn't make you look smart, tough, or otherwise by spreading misinformation to scare people into doing something or to make you seem as if you're all-knowing. And I've said this before, and that's what I was saying before I said hello to everybody in the chat. I want to make sure everybody understands something. When you are browsing online, there is a lock. If you look on the URL, right on that URL bar, there is a lock that is certifying that everything that you send on that page is secure. It's encrypted. And usually it's 124-bit encryption, sometimes 216-bit encryption. It all just depends. Supercomputers can't break that encryption in a short amount of time. So when people are saying that they can find your information or your IP is leaking, I've heard that nonsense several times on YouTube streets. They are lying to you, folks. Lying to you. You cannot get your information, your private information, your private IP using an email. Just solely on an email. Like I said before, for those who are just joining us, if there's a link in that email, you click on that link, you never know what that link's going to do. It could go in and grab a lot of information. Be careful on clicking any link that you get in an email. But if you just send me an email and I look at the header information, and that's what that's called. It's header information. You can look at MTA information behind an email, and that will give you several bits of information. It can tell you, I can mask who I'm saying I'm sending it on behalf of. So instead of saying it's Drinks and Discussions, I can say, you know what, I'm sending it on Angel's behalf. So I'm going to say and make it mask as if it's from Angel, but it's really coming from Drinks and Discussions just to throw people off. You can mask that header information. People do that all the time. But experts know how to go back and look at this background information and look at the information and understand where it's actually coming from. I can pinpoint the exact sender, host name, all of that stuff. And if you know the host name, you can go in. If it's a registered host name, you can actually say who actually owns that host. And then you can find out information based upon that. But that's if you own a domain. Gmail is the domain. And so the only thing that you see when you open up and look at the back header information from a Gmail account is you see Gmail or Google servers. It tells you here's the server that email originated from and where it started sending it to its destination. And sometimes it could be geographical, and it could probably say, you know what, if you think it's somebody's on the West Coast and it came from California, that's what that people are doing. They're saying, oh, well, this guy's got to be from California. But here's the kicker, and I said this before. There's a thing called VPN. I use a VPN. I'm using one right now. Even if you could try to find my IP address, it's probably coming from overseas somewhere. VPNs are really good. If you don't have one, I would suggest you get one. You can probably get one for like $9 a month, or even some that are free. I wouldn't trust the free ones per se, but I would definitely get a VPN. So why some smart guy sitting up there, or seemingly thinking he's smart, is telling you that some guy is sitting overseas somewhere. He's probably sitting in Idaho, Idaho or Iowa. I just kind of blended those two states together. I don't know why. Hey, Kovitz, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Have a great evening. And Flaky Jake's here. Thanks. Flaky Jake finally comes to the party. Good evening, Governor. So I'm not going to do my French accent again, Liz, because now you got me all bashful and stuff now because I did that. And it's making me really, like, I'm blushing now really about that. But I got to replay it and see what I sounded like to really, before I do it again. Questions. I know you guys probably have these questions. What is a VPN? A VPN is a software you install on your machine, and it masks your real IP address. And a lot of people have used it in the past because if you download like movies, or when you were doing Napster or downloading music, you would actually mask your IP address where it would seem like you were overseas and doing it, something illegal online, but you would do it and your service provider would not flag you for downloading copyright content. Now, I will tell you, VPNs are also good for when you work remotely. And if you have people who are not so forthright, you have really bad actors out there who are trying to listen into your home network. If you work remotely, you have to log into your VPN or some other type of security enabled device before you can actually access back-end applications, because they want to encrypt everything that comes through. But your communication to your office should be encrypted, because you will have people listening. If it's not encrypted, people can get a lot of stuff that's being sent clear text, even if it's on your Wi-Fi. Encryption is your best friend. And here's another thing. Not only is it encrypted just by having the HTTP encryption and the SHA stream and encryption keys on your web browser, but there's a thing called TLS that all emails use now as well. TLS is transaction layered security, and it encrypts the traffic of that email address from the moment it leaves. When you hit send, it encrypts that traffic from the moment you hit send all the way until it reaches its destination. So in case someone's trying to listen on that traffic, because port 25 is what email sends all its traffic on. And a lot of foreign bad actors used to listen for and try to capture port 25 traffic. A lot of people try to listen and capture port 80 traffic, which is your internet, HTTP traffic. That's why you see HTTPS is for secure. That's why you have those things in place. And if you fall victim of some type of malicious activity, say you're trying to send somebody some confidential information, you can really bring some type of litigation to something if they say, hey, we're encrypting this traffic and there's no way. It's called a breach. Companies that have breaches are usually held liable for those breaches. Hey, Squishy, the cat. I don't know if that's Saul trying to be Squishy, because he's always trying to be Fluffy the cat and all that kind of stuff. I think he's trying to, I don't know. I don't know if that's the real Squishy. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. But if this is the real Squishy, hello. Blakey Jake seems to think it's the Squishy, real Squishy. So I'm just going to go with that. So when you have these types of protocols in place, hey, Vagisil crotch watch. I think that's funny to say. When you have all these protocols in place, those safeguards are supposed to be there. And when you have breaches, and you have them all the time, there are also sites out there that you can find out if you actually have been a part of a breach, if this company has been a part of a breach. And then sometimes you will be put on a blacklist based upon your reputation, your domain, your email habits can be put you on a blacklist. And there are a lot of companies that if you're on those lists, they won't accept your emails until you correct that behavior. Gmail is not on those, guys. There's no one on YouTube that is smart enough to hack the encryption that Gmail uses. No one. And as I said this before, if there's anyone that's out there that's telling you that they can find your IP address from a Gmail account or an email, they are lying to you. Dick Insider. Now, you can hack someone's IP address from an Excel spreadsheet. Just kidding. Dick Insider. That's hilarious. I have a spreadsheet of everyone's IP addresses. Is my IP address leaking? Somebody let me know. If you see my IP address leaking on YouTube, please let me know. I need to know this. Oh yeah, don't forget all my sock accounts. You know, whatever. I wonder whatever happened to that investigation where everybody was so close to finding out that I was some sock accounts. I wonder what happened to that investigation. Veen, my brother Veen is in the house. Hello, Veen. Hope you are well. And if you did not see, I'm going to give a shout out to my other brother, Paul. If you didn't go to see Paul on his channel, there is also some debunking that was done on the person that this, whatever, I don't know why he's doing it, but this guy is claiming Dummy Kruger is this guy who was just recently jailed for this heinous crime overseas. And the guy was just jailed like this week. This is not something that has been, he was convicted years ago, and this is just in his past. This is new stuff. He couldn't even find a really old story and try to pin it on Dummy Kruger. He was not even that smart. He decided to bring up something that's recent, 2023. The last time I heard somebody saying that they were involved in any type of criminal litigation was the guy who's claiming that Dummy Kruger is involved in some type of criminal litigation. You can't make this up. And just when you think, this has got to be the wake-up call, folks. This has got to be the moment that people stop patting this guy on the back for being a despicable human being. You got people over there applauding him for giving misinformation, spreading misinformation. And I have no skin in this game. Listen, I really just don't. And I've said this before. If you like that content, fine, go over there and do it. Well, I don't hate anybody over there. I'm disappointed, I think, is the problem with me. I think because I used to think that Joe was a really intelligent individual. I thought I saw a glimpse of intelligence there. And then I keep thinking that he's going to learn from his mistakes. He's going to learn that this is not going to get him anywhere in life. And yet here we are. Groundhog's Day all over again. Except for the same people he was doing it before, he's finding newer people to seemingly attack. And I don't know Dummy Kruger. What I have seen of him, I think seems like he puts really good content, very professional content. I kind of admire the fact that he does it so well. I wish I could actually put content out that looked as professional as that. I just don't have it, but I admire people who do. Well, Proby, if Joey said that he can shut down his channel and someone can prove him wrong, I think he's probably going to be shut down. Because I'll give him $100 if he can find my IP address from my Gmail account. Any takers on that one? When you talk in a room full of idiots and they keep telling you how smart you are, you'll never understand how stupid you sound. And that's Saul's problem and Joe's problem, in my opinion. You got an echo chamber over there who's always going to pat them on the back for doing these disgusting things. And I just don't understand how that makes them feel as if they're empowered or they are, doing something that's beneficial. Lying to people is just not a good look. Misleading people is not a good look. $100 will buy a lot of lattes. A lot of lattes. So, questions. If you guys have a question about what's going on with Gmail, did I get paid if I find your email, if I have your mail server? Negative, Laura Rader. Negative. That would be a large no. Because that's what they do have in there. You could probably find email servers that Google uses in order to use their MTA. And MTA is for mail transfer agent. They have those. And that's what they use in order to send messages back and forth. But you can't get someone's IP address, folks. You just can't. And if you think I'm misleading you, or if I'm wrong, I'd be more than happy to have that conversation with you. More than happy. Liz, you could probably find a VPN for a one-time subscription for a year, or annually, or monthly. But it's not a buy it one time and it lasts forever. No. No software is not a good software company is ever going to give that to you. But there are a lot of VPNs out there. And like I said before, if you do not have a VPN and you just want to have that extra layer of security, go out and get you a VPN if you don't have one. You don't need it to be on YouTube. I said YouTube is secure. And let me just not leave it at just YouTube. Gmail. You can't get people's IP address from YouTube either. And Spike, I asked Megan to give you my Discord. If you don't have my Discord, please reach out to somebody's Discord that you have, and it'll get back to me, and we'll get you on my Discord so we can get this fantasy football league going. Because I would like to have our draft this coming week, because we only have, I think it's only 2 weeks left before it's game time. Yeah, we got about 2 weeks. Next week and the week after, and then we're on for football. So don't be cruel. Join the Discord server, Chief. Anybody else got any questions? Again, I didn't want to make a long stream about this. I just wanted to debunk the nonsense from the technical perspective, because that is, again, what I do for my career. And I want to make sure you guys feel safe that people on YouTube, or if you do want to send someone an email and maybe even just become friends with them, those are safeguards that you should actually know that are in place, that you can reach out to people, you can send them an email without, make up a name or whatever. I wouldn't use your full name if you want to, still have that anonymity. But feel free to send emails back and forth with each other without anyone knowing where you live or what your IP address is. Rest assured, by sending an email, you're not going to be exposed. You're not doxing yourself by sending someone an email. Be wary if someone sends you a link and you don't know about that link, but let you know. Thumper88, dude, come on, man. I know you're not broke. Out of all the people out here, I know this dude ain't broke. Yeah, Laura, we all know. I just can't believe that this guy was so naive. And here's what Paul and I were talking about on Paul's stream. There has to be someone who said, hey, Joey is so stupid, I'm going to provide him this information, and I know he's going to run with it without even fact checking it. And somebody's trolling him, and guess what? He fell for it. And I guarantee you, he's going to come up with some kind of nonsense to control the narrative and say, hey, I just wanted to see if everybody was going to believe what I was putting out there, just to see if they were watching. Now I know everybody's still watching my channel. He's going to play it up to be something stupid like that. And he fell for it. Just like Mike uses words like incel without knowing the meaning and thinks it's some type of, positive thing to call himself. Everybody over there just likes to applaud themselves on the back or pat themselves on the back for just running off and doing the most vile and disgusting things just to discredit people, to make other people look, in their eyes, worse than what they already look like. Grow up. I just don't understand why it's hard for someone just to grow up and say, hey, look, people are not going to like me, and I don't care. People are going to make fun of some of the things that I put out here. They've done it since I've been on here. And I have learned, look, I can't please everybody. Not everybody's going to like me. So what? I'll live. But I try to be as genuine as I possibly can. As boring as I may come across, as preachy as I may come across as sometimes, or as, whatever everybody else wants to call me, I still try to have a good time with you guys and be as honest as I possibly can, relax occasionally, not to come across as preachy as Dick Insider calls me. Nightbot's in full effect, yo. That's why I used, Liz, I used the general section to do this stream instead of the VIP, because I don't think Nightbot runs in the VIP. So I had to use it tonight to keep Nightbot checking Lower Raider and Dick Insider, keep them in check, yo. Because you come in here thinking you're going to run amok, Knight Rider. Tap that ass. You know what, Thumper 88, I was actually going to take another drink too. I had a little small one earlier, but I wanted to make sure I was authentic in my speech about YouTube and IP addresses and all those types of things. But here's another little thing about IP addresses as well. Businesses have static IP addresses. They pay a lot of money just to keep their static IP address. They don't want that IP address to keep renewing over and over and over and over again. Your service provider, your internet service provider, probably will change your IP address, your outside facing IP address, maybe every 3 months. It will probably change because they upgrade, they reboot their DNS servers. The DNS servers is where you get your IP addresses and all that kind of stuff. And you may not always get the same IP address assigned to your modem. It will probably change. If you look into your IP, and a lot of you probably don't even know how to go into your IP settings of your service provider's modem. to find this information out. It's quick and easy. You can actually really do it. If you don't know, reach out to me. I'll give you a tutorial on how to check your outward facing IP address. There are commands you can run in a command prompt, tell you what your IP addresses are. Laura says you run amok all over this chat. I went way back for that run amok comment. I don't know where. I think that's my mom or my grandma or somebody used to say that. It just came to me. So anyway, I know the ladies are getting ready to start their stream over there with Squishy and ambient and alcohol and all that kind of stuff, and I can't wait to see it. I hope they really go in on the nonsense that has been propagated out today from Joey and his minions. I just wanted to do my little part from the technical perspective and make sure you guys feel comfortable enough to know when someone's blowing smoke up your ass. And you can feel safer about at least, not exposing yourself by just being on YouTube and being online. Careful about links that you open. Careful about sites that you open. Always look for the lock on your URL bar. Make sure you see that lock. Listen, if anybody needs technical assistance, if I'm available, I never, ever, ever turn down people who need help. If I'm available and I can do it, I will help you. I will answer any questions. If you're not on my because if you are on my Discord, we do have a tech section, tech talk. And if you want to join Lord Raider, that's coming to you because I know you keep saying you don't want to join Discord. But if you ever want to join Discord and you have technical questions, come over, Drinks and Discussions Discord, ask the questions. And if you want to just jump off after you ask the questions and not be in the Discord server for long, feel free to do that. Well, Laura, and that's one of the things I kind of want to cover because I want to jump out and get ahead of the technical stuff because I know they're going to go in about how completely idiotic they were about Dummy Kruger. And I hope Dummy Kruger is around and joins them so we can help. But he's one of those guys probably is like, he could give a rat's butt about what Joey says about him. But that's one of the reasons why I want to jump out ahead before they got started so I can talk about the technical stuff. And to let people understand that, they can't just be scared off of YouTube. And I know some of you are older. Some of you are probably not as tech savvy as most of us or some of us. But if you do have questions, don't be afraid to ask technical questions, especially if you see me around. Always feel free to ask me any technical questions, even if you're just unsure about certain things. And you just want to, have that second voice in your head that says, hey, you should go there. You should be able to do this. More than happy to help or lend a helping hand. And I got quite a few people that work with me, that if I don't know the answer, if it's that technical and I don't know, I have resources available that will be able to help me understand or get the answer for you. Never claim to be that I am all-knowing, but I do know what I know. And I also know what I don't know. So anyway, if you guys don't have any other questions or have any questions for me, I am going to call it a night. Did this on a whim, and I thought it was important. I don't know. Can you say blowing up on YouTube? Is it like saying bomb on a plane? Bomb, 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 bomb. Anyway, that's from a movie. You probably don't know that movie, but I'm saying it. I guess. Look, I think that a lot of you guys will know that movie, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight to you guys. Thank you for joining. Thanks for giving me the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you over the ambient alcohol discussion. I think they're going to kick off in the next 10 minutes or whatever. And Discord is not necessarily a bad thing, Laura. Having Discord with people is not necessarily a negative thing. But anyway, I'm gonna let you make it on that one for another day. Again, if you have any questions, you want to join Discord, ask me a question. If you want to play fantasy football, reach out to us as well. Spike, I hope you get on Discord by now. By the time we get off of this, Kikiliani, good to see you. And I'll see you over there as well. And if you want to play fantasy football, please reach out. We need probably about 4 more people, maybe 5, to really make it a good league. Hey, Glory Hole, good to see you. I shortened that name up for you. Hope you got that joke. But anyway, I'm getting ready to drop off. So I'll see you guys over at the Anime and Alcohol Girl channel or some other place in the YouTube streets. You guys have a great night. Thank you for joining. Again, reach out to me if you have any questions, and I'll see you again on the next time. See ya.